In this step, we'll go through how we can create a retaining wall that's going to go alongside our trees. Let's start off in our Novapoint model. The first thing that we want to do is we want to create a new alignment, as this is going to be the alignment that we're going to use for our wall to follow. And I'm going to do this in structures. So Novapoint tab at the top, alignment, wall alignment, and then give it our calculation basis, just for continuity. And here it is. Now our wall alignment is going to be made up of two others. Similar to what we did with the existing trees, we're going to grab two of our alignments that we made previously from the edges of our surface, which were these two. And we're going to combine them, and then we're going to create the 3D objects, which is the wall, along this. So let's go over into our CAD program. First off, we need to make sure that we've got a 3D solid wall, like I've got here, and it's got a width of 1 meter. This will be what's used to go along the alignment, so it will be a base point as the base point of a DWG, and you can imagine the alignment, if it went in that positive X direction, it would follow it across here. And we want to make it 1 meter wide, just because it makes it easier for us. We can say that we want a section of this wall at 1 meter intervals along the alignment. So with that in mind, I'm going to go to a blank drawing. I'm going to start off by going to horizontal alignment, object, and then I'm going to select my two alignments of interest, the positive 9.99s for my Road 1000 and the roundabout as well. Here we are. Now I'm going to go to my alignment design on the top left. I'm going to go to from drawing, select my initial alignment that I've got here. And now it's important that I make sure that the last line here fully connects to this one as well. And there might be a slight disjoint there. So if I just drag it and stretch it onto that point, I can simply go to modify, connect, connect, select my other alignment, press enter, and the two alignments will connect like so. Now that worked because I have both of my alignments going the same direction. If it was a case where my edge of the roundabout alignment was going the opposite direction, I would have to turn that alignment round beforehand. You can do that using the turn alignment here on this hotbar, or it's also in the modify tab where we was earlier, where you've got turn. Now that I've done that, I don't want to press OK Draw because that's going to overwrite my currently selected alignment. Instead, I'm going to go to Object, Name, and then I'm going to choose the new alignment that we created, which is our wall alignment, and press OK. Now I can finally press OK Draw, and that's going to save that alignment that we've just made from connecting with two others to the wall alignment. And if I hop back to our Novapoint model, close the view I've got, and I view our wall alignment, we can see that we've got it in here. Now this isn't exactly where we want the alignment. We want it to be offset by 5 or 6 meters to the right of the direction, so that it is alongside the trees. So if I just drag our trees into the view here, we know that we need to offset it to the right of this to get it on the correct side. So I'll minimize the model. I'll go back into my alignment design, and I'll choose my task this time. Now on the hotbar, there is the offset button here, or again, you can go to modify, offset. Offset in meters, I'll do 6 meters, and it'll be the right side as it's the right side of the alignment. I can press OK and finish it out with an OK Draw. Now if I go back into my model, we can see that that is updated to the right hand side here. The next step is creating the 3D object along this alignment, which is our wall. So to do that, I'm going to just delete the previous alignment that was there, as it's just there for viewing now. Under the Road tab at the top, we have a 3D Objects tool. If I select that, this is where I can place my wall at different chainages along the alignment. So for my horizontal info, I need to select Alignment Task, as we know that we've made an alignment already for this. So Wall Alignment, and press OK. I can press OK up here. So the first thing that we want to do is on the right-hand side under Vertical Info, we want to select Vertical Reference Elevation. This will use the elevation from the alignment to place the wall along these chainages. Our chainage distance by default is 10. We want it as 1. As if you remember previously, I said that the width of the wall needs to be 1 meter so that we can do this step. It could be longer, but then you might end up with a jagged wall, for example. Horizontal distance, set that to 0, as we've already created our offset with this alignment here. And finally, for your block name, you'll need to go to Browse File, and then find the directory where you've saved your solid wall DWG, and press Open. Next is to press Autofill on the bottom down here, and this will autofill all the rows at 1 meter chainages to the end of the alignment. I'm not going to include the final chainage, as that will give us a section of the wall that is at 0 elevation, as it's fallen off the edge of the alignment effectively. There, I press OK. So it's auto-populated that, and if we scroll down, we can see there's changes in elevation here, as well as the northings and eastings as we go across. If we go all the way down, we can see everything seems good. So from here, I'll press Draw, and in my case, I don't want to save the table. Now, if I just get a 3D view of this, I can see that it has created our walls along there. Perfect. Now, all we need to do is save this DWG and import it to Quadri. Just for my ease, I'm going to delete that bottom alignment that I have down there, and go to Save As, Retaining Wall. Save. Back over to our Novapoint model. Under Structures again, I'm going to go to Insert, Import Files, and I'll do Import Retaining Wall. Select my files, make sure it's set to DWG, press Open. In here, we need to change one of the settings under blocks /xref, as the sections of the wall that we added along there are actually blocks, so we need to explode those. So change that to yes. I press OK. We can press Preview first of all to see how this looks. That's great. Now if I want to preview in 3D, I'll scroll down in my Explorer, right-click in the temporary model down here. I can see it. Looks good to go. Let's select our rules by going to the top. I'm going to make a new rule for us here. I'll do DWG retaining wall. Save. Start off with a new rule with a CAD solid. My destination feature is what we want the wall to be, so retaining wall. And now go to View Attributes Conversion per feature. Just some simple stuff that we need to do in here. So I'm going to scroll through, and I'm going to look for metadata.liable discipline. In here, the default value I want to be road, as that is the discipline that this is part of, road discipline. Down here, we have an option for texture name. We can find all the different textures available to us if we go to our directory. So look at my top URL here as well, and it's also in the course manual that we were given. In here, I've just gone into concrete, and I'm going to go for T_concrete 14. I'm just going to copy the name of that, move that out of the way, paste it into here. So I press OK, select that as my rule, and press Finish. Now if I go and have a look under Structures, I will right-click View in 3D. Now we can see it's been brought into the model successfully. Let's start dragging in other things just to temporarily have a look as well. So bring our trees in here. We'll bring the roundabout in, as well as all of our road models too. Things are looking good.